Throwback to when men didn't know we had to peel off layers of our skin after our period.
Guys, look at this. Madison can open a beer bottle with her mouth. Are you kidding me?
Madison Beer has been called the most beautiful woman on social media. But can this ruin her teeth? Well, the answer is yes. You can damage the enamel of your teeth by doing something like this, and the enamel does not grow back. So then the second question is, does she have veneers? Because if she does, those could literally potentially pop off, and that could be thousands of dollars to try to fix that. So use a bottle opener instead.
My 13-day face massage transformation. Day 3 because I didn't think anything would change. I decker anymore. Literally what gel line? Day 13. Okay, yes bot. Get it.
There are so many TikTok videos where people claim that massaging your face in a certain direction or using a gua sha tool can give you a snatched neckline. And the question is does it actually work? Well, the answer is temporarily. So when you massage your face, when you use even a gua sha tool, you can push fluid through the lymphatics that may be causing kind of swelling that may cause you to look a bit puffy. But you're not going to change the actual true architecture of your face and of your neck. You're not going to get rid of fat, you're not going to permanently lift the skin or anything like that.
What did people use to wipe their butts before toilet paper? So ancient Greeks used little bits of pottery. Some of them even had their enemies' names written on them. These things were known as ostraka. They were used to vote for someone to be kicked out of a town, which is where we get the word ostracized from. The Romans would use these sponges mounted to sticks, which don't look so bad until you realize they shared them. They just kind of sat in a bucket of vinegar in the corner of these bathrooms. The Japanese use a chugi, also known as a shit stick. I'm not being crass. This is the name of the Wikipedia article. It's what it's called. They were exactly what they sound like. Other parts of the world just used water, and many still do. Americans use dried corn cobs or pages of the Farmer's Almanac. The book even started coming with a pre-drilled hole to hang in your outhouse. So China invented toilet paper in the 500s, but the rest of the world had to wait until the 19th century. And it wasn't until 1935 that splinter-free toilet paper was invented. Which, like, splinter-free toilet paper? You're telling me toilet paper used to have splinters in it?
These are some of the things that I think we don't really think about. How was life like before you had toilet paper? Sometimes my wife, kids, and I, we talk about if we could go back in time and live in a different time, when would we go back to? And you may think that it would be fun to live out in the Wild West or out in the Victorian times or anything like that. But no, thank you. To not have modern sanitation, running water, or toilet paper, I'd rather just stay here right now.
This is kind of hard to do, but I'm Braden. I'm 17 years old and I vaped since I was 11. Both my lungs have collapsed, presumably due to vaping, and there's air filling my chest and...
A lot of people think that vaping or e-cigarettes are a healthier alternative to regular cigarettes. And really that determination hasn't been conclusively made. What we do know, however, is that there is a risk of spontaneous pneumothorax, of your lungs collapsing with e-cigarettes. Although collapsing a lung due to vaping isn't super common, the treatment for it is really kind of scary. We make an incision between the ribs and basically stuff a chest tube in between the ribs into the space between the lung and the chest wall. We put that to suction and it causes the lungs to reinflate. Not something you want to have done to you. I agree with everything in this video except one thing. He said that conventional eggs lack taste and they lack any nutritional value, and that just isn't true. Conventional eggs are actually a great source of nutrition. However, pasture-raised eggs have more levels of omega-3 fatty acids, which are the anti-inflammatory fats than do conventional eggs. I read a book a couple of years ago called Eating Animals, and it really opened up my eyes to just what happens in today's conventional animal farming industry. It really is quite horrifying. And although I'm not a vegan or a vegetarian, I think it's so important for all of us to be aware of where meat comes from and how it affects our health. This episode is brought to you by my skincare line, Youn Beauty. Our products combine natural and organic ingredients with the latest in scientifically proven anti-aging components like vitamin C and retinol. So if you're looking for healthy and youthful skin without the unnecessary chemicals, this is the skincare line for you. Check them out at dryounonline.com and use the coupon code 20OFF to get $20 off your first order over $99. We'll put a link in the caption below. All right, back to the video.
Since my last video got deleted, I'm finna show you how to remove a tattoo. You would need salt. Rub the salt in real good. Then you get cocoa butter. Rub the cocoa butter on there good, on the spot where you want the tattoo removed. Add more salt with the cocoa butter. Rub it on it good. Do that for 3 days out the week. Now, 3 weeks of doing this, you can see it's fading away. Just do that 4 times a week for 3 weeks, and you can see it fade away. Free game. Let's go. Share this, man.
Oh my gosh, this TikTok went viral, and I think there are millions of people who are actually trying this to get rid of their tattoos. And it is cap. It is not true. Tattoos are made of pigment in the deeper layers of the skin, in the dermis. If you apply salt on the surface of your skin and then put a little bit of cocoa butter, for you to actually rub that tattoo off, you would have to get through the upper layer of the skin, the epidermis, down to the dermis where it starts to bleed and get really deep into that and actually basically abrade an entire layer of skin off of your hand. That is not what we're seeing here. That's why if you've got a tattoo that you want to get rid of, don't try to rub it off. It's not going to work. You're going to become a bloody mess. Use lasers instead. And the best lasers right now for tattoo removal are picosecond lasers.
Only people under the age of 25 can hear this sound. Listen. Did you hear it?
I seriously did not hear that. I played this for my daughter who's 13, and she's like, "Dad, turn it off, turn it off." And I can't hear anything. Now, I'm 48, and so apparently my hearing has gone downhill.
Some more of my recently developed tics. First one I got from streaming. When I stream on Twitch, I get excited really easily. So now I have a tic where let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Yeah, I go like that! As such, just demonstrate. Number 2 is a little bit naughty, okay? I just I'm trying to talk to someone and I go, f you. And I feel bad a lot. Don't mean to be mean, by the way. And then my last one, I go, woof woof, bitch, woo! I hate the barking ones, because I bark on my dog. And I feel really bad. I like it, but yeah.
Oh my gosh, I just love her energy. Now, Tourette's syndrome, which is what she has, is not as uncommon as people think. And it's not that kind of idea that people have of somebody who has Tourette's just screaming out obscenities uncontrollably. Typically, tics, like what she's seeing, can be very subtle for some people. Sometimes the tics are verbal, like what she's saying. Other times, tics can be more motor. It could be something as simple as scratching your head over and over again, or maybe stroking your beard. There's a lot of different things that can turn into tics. But I think the important thing is to realize that this doesn't make her different from everybody else. This is just her own individual person. Okay, so whenever we react to TikTok videos on my channel, I always end off with a couple of my own TikToks. You may know that I've got a TikTok channel and I've got, 4.5 million or so followers on it. So if you haven't checked it out, take a peek, but I'm going to show you 2 of my more popular recent ones.
What does a fake boob feel like?
How a breast implant feels in the body is dependent on the scar tissue around it. If the scar tissue is really thin, then it's a grade 1. And that feels soft like a pillow that you would sleep on. Grade 2 is slightly firmer, like a throw pillow. Grade 3 means that the scar tissue is getting pretty thick. Then the breast feels more like you're squeezing a Nerf football. And grade 4 is super thick. Sometimes the scar tissue is even calcified. And no joke, that can feel like you're squeezing a cue ball. So I thought long and hard before making this video of what does a breast implant feel like. And in the end, really it feels very different in each person. And there's something that I call the hug test. The hug test is if you're not wearing a bra and you hug somebody, do you feel weird that they're gonna say, geez, what is that on her chest? Or do you feel like just hugging somebody and they wouldn't know? If they wouldn't necessarily know that you've got anything there, then you've passed the hug test, and most likely your scar tissue is pretty mild, and that's normal, that's desired. If, however, you hug somebody and you really always feel weird, that you feel like they're gonna feel it there real hard, then that may be a sign that your scar tissue is a bit worse. People always ask me, how do you have such nice skin for an old guy? Well, it's because I'm Asian, but it's also because I use skincare products like this one, the Youn Beauty Retinol Moisturizer. It's got my name on it. If you pick any one anti-aging cream, it should be a retinol. Retinols can do all of these things. You can find products like this made with natural and organic ingredients at my online store, younbeauty.com. So I would love to say that I look younger maybe than my age because of all the products that I'm using and stuff like that. And I do think that is a huge, huge part of it. But I also know that part of it is genetics. And there is this term, Asian don't raisin. And that is the idea that Asian people don't have as many wrinkles as we get older. And like I mentioned on the video, my skincare products, Youn Beauty, are made with natural and organic ingredients. They are cruelty-free, and you can find them at younbeauty.com. The TikToks we went over today were pretty low key, but I think they were educational, they were fun to watch. But what about TikToks that are absolutely insane? Take a peek at this playlist where I react to various TikToks. Some of these will make you cringe, some of them will make you laugh out loud, and some of them might make you get real teary. Take a peek, and always remember, eat real food, use clean skincare, and only consider actual plastic surgery as a last resort.